The Anti-Heroes by Colton. When a new threat hits the Big Apple, and all the superheroes are busy, the mayor brings in a group of anti-heroes. Will they be able to put their egos aside and work together? Or is this the end of New York? A field appears. Eric Ryan appears falling onto the ground, then stands up. Was that necessary? Asked Eric. Mark Lewitt appears. If you want the enemy to lose, you need to do whatever it takes to win, said Mark. Like this, said Eric swinging his fist. Mark blocks Eric's fist, then sweeps his legs. Eric groans. Another tip. Don't get cocky, said Mark. Sure thing, said Eric pointing. Mark looks down, slips, then falls onto an ice patch. Eric laughs, then stands up. Mark growls, stands up, jumps at Eric, pins him down, then continues growling. Hyena, said Eric. Mark blinks, stands up, then pulls Eric to his feet. Sorry about that. I still can't handle my hyena side. Even after all these centuries, said Mark. I understand. At least you switched sides though, said Eric. A cell phone starts ringing. Hello? What? I'm on my way, said Mark. Trouble? Asked Eric. Not for you, said Mark. But I'm part of the league, said Eric. You're just a rookie. Plus, you're not ready for something like this, said Mark, running away. Staten Island appears. Steam rises from the factory. People appear walking around. A conveyor belt appears moving. Number 1 exhales, then sees his breath. Geez, it's cold in here, said Number 1, looking at the thermostat. The thermostat turns into ice. The ice goes up the wall. Richard Hardy appears. Sorry, it's not cold enough in here, said Richard, throwing ice cycles. People are getting hit with the ice cycles. Brandon Schenk appears, then transforms into a lizard. Shocking, right? Asked Brandon, forming an electrical ball, then throws it. People are ducking. The electrical ball hits the factory wall. People look at both Brandon and Richard. The water comes through the hole in the wall, then hits people. People go through the entrance of the factory, then look up. Russell Carpanella appears. Run, said Russell. People start up, then start running away. So, this is Staten Island, huh? Asked Brandon. Pathetic humans, they don't deserve this place, said Richard. And we'll make sure of it. Especially with him, said Russell. Day-Hi Jaquan. Martin appears. A can gets kicked. And quat, you're a rookie. You're not ready. And quat, what a dick. I'm ready. I can fight. I'll prove it. I'll find my own villain and take him down. All by myself, said Eric. Television appears in the window of a store. Hello, Tim Baker here on Staten Island, where apparently a factory has been shut down. Sir, can you tell me what happened? Asked Tim. Well, the factory got cold, then turned into ice. Then a person transformed into a lizard that threw electrical balls. Then water washed all the employees outside of the factory. We all saw something with a crown too, said Number 2. Well, an Iceman, electrical lizard, and a crown imposter. What Staten Island population wants to know? Why attack us? This is Tim Baker, live from Staten Island, said Timothy. Eric watches, then smiles. You three have just met your match, said Eric, running down the street. A door opens. May I help you? Asked woman Number 1. I need a ticket to Staten Island, said Eric. A ticket gets stamped. Here you go. Have a nice day, said woman Number 1. Eric runs towards the boat. What are we waiting for? I want to destroy this place, said Brandon. Patience. We got their attention. Now we wait for the cops. Get them out of the way. Then Staten Island is ours, said Russell. Brandon gets hit with an ice ball. All three look. You got my attention, said Erica. Who the hell's that? Asked Richard. Your worst nightmare, said Erica. A cocky prick. I like him, said Richard. Hey, get out of here. Before you get hurt, said Russell. Not until you're in jail, said Erica. You're right. He's a cocky one, said Russell, nodding his head. Richard throws a few ice cycles. Erica forms an ice shield. Electrical lizard jumps at Erica. Erica moves. Electrical lizard continuously swings his arm. Erica continuously moving then gets scratched. An electrical ball gets thrown. Erica throws snow. The electrical ball hits the snow then explodes. Erica falls onto the ground then groans. Sorry, fellow ice maker, said Richard. Wait. Catastrophe. Your turn, said Russell. Daehye Jaquan touches the ground. The ground underneath Erica flings him. Erica screams, then lands into the water. So long, rookie, said Brandon. Hope he drowns out there, said Richard. Russell nods his head. Daehye Jaquan's eyes turn black. A wave forms. Erica looks. Then his eyes widen. The wave crashes over Erica. Daehye Jaquan's eyes turn back to normal. Thank you, catastrophe, said Russell, tapping Daehye Jaquan's back. Now to our plan, said Richard. Yes, said Russell. Brandon smiles. All three are walking away. Daehye Jaquan looks out at water then walks away. The water washes ashore, goes back then washes Erica ashore. Erica coughs up water, groans then sits onto the beach. Staten Island appears in the distance. I can't believe it. He was right. I'm not ready, said Erica. Yes you are, said Mark, appearing next to Erica. Mark, are you sure? Asked Erica. You went out there to fight for the humans. It was dumb, but you did it. You faced them, said Mark. But I lost, said Erica. No, you need help. And I know the perfect people. Now wake up before you drown, said Mark. Erica coughs up water, groans then stands up. Who should I look for though? Asked Erica, looking down. And quat, pocket, and quat is spelled in sand. Eric feels his pockets then pulls out a piece of paper. And quat. Dear Eric, if you are ever in trouble, which you will be, here is a list of friends who may help, depending. From Mark and Quat. So, these people can help me. I hope so, said Erica, walking away. A prison appears. Footsteps are walking. You know, I never thought this guy would get out, said officer number 1. Why, what did he do? Asked Erica. He killed his family, said officer number 1. Really? Said Erica. Yeah, and he said that he didn't, said officer number 1. A door opens. A dark cell appears. Colton Dennis. Are you here? Asked Erica. What do you want? Asked male voice number 1. Are you Colton Dennis? Asked Erica. Yes, said Colton, stepping forward. Darkness covers Colton's face. I need your help, someone said. And quat. You can get to people without knowing, and quat, said Erica. I can, but I won't help. I deserve to rot in here forever, said Colton. Oh, I guess Mark was wrong, said Erica. Wait, Mark Lewitt? And quat. Hyena, and quat, he said, and quat. I can help, and quat, asked Colton. Yeah, said Erica. If Mark says so, then I'll help. Under one condition. I get all my possessions back. My sword, knives and my mask, said Colton. Deal, welcome aboard, Colton, said Erica. Call me Dark Skull, said Colton. Steeping into the light then appears with a scarred eye. A car appears driving. You could have sat up front, said Erica. I like the back seat, said Colton. Erica looks at the piece of paper. The car stops. We're here, said Erica. The doors open then shut. Someone lives here? Asked Colton. Yeah, someone named J. McCabe, said Erica. Got a big house. You can do obstacle courses here, said Colton, knocking on the door. Mr. McCabe. The front door opens. Mr. McCabe, said Erica. Both Colton and Eric are walking into the house. Is he even here? Asked Colton. I hope so. We need his help, said Erica. Both Colton and Erica stop. Don't move. Take one more step and you'll die, said J. McCabe appearing behind sandbags. Mr. McCabe, I'm Eric Ryan and this is Colton Dennis. We need your help, said Erica. You do need help. I told you not to move, said Jay, firing his gun. An ice shield forms in front of both Colton and Eric. I could get him, said Colton. Jay raises a bazooka. Move, said Erica. The bazooka fires. The ice shield explodes. Colton runs. Guns continuously firing. Another ice shield forms. Jay points guns at Eric. Eric forms another ice shield. The bullets continuously hitting the ice shield. Jay moves. A sword goes into a sandbag. Guns being pointed then fired. The sword deflecting the bullets. Colton kicks Jay. Jay falls over the sandbags. Colton raises his sword. Do it, said Jay. Colton, don't, said Eric. Colton grabs Jay's hand then pulls him up. Thanks, said Jay, punching Colton. Colton swings the sword. Enough, said Eric, transforming the sword into ice. You ruined my sword, said Colton. Cry it off, said Jay. You don't want to mess with me, said Colton. Really? I'd love to see you try on me, said Jay. Hey, J. McCabe, Mark Lewitt told me, and quat. You could help, and quat, said Eric. You came to the wrong person, said Jay. Jay, listen. I ran into these 4 people. And they are powerful. I'd love your help, said Eric. Sorry. Now please leave before I finish you off, said Jay. Bring it on. Fucker, said Colton. Don't. Come on, Colton. Remember something. You're like every human, said Eric. How? Asked Jay. You're still alive, for now, said Eric, walking away. I might not like people, but at least I fight to survive, said Colton. Both Colton and Eric are walking out of the house. Well, let's find the next person, said Eric. The car drives away. Jay watches from the window. Another field appears. Rocks appear floating. Eric Klein appears sitting on a floating boulder. Footsteps are walking. Mr. Klein, said Eric. The rocks flying towards both Colton and Eric. Eric throws snow. The snow hit the rocks. Colton throws a few knives. The knives stop in front of Eric K's face, turn around then fly towards Colton. Colton moves then gets his leg cut. Get out of my field, said Eric K. Eric throws snow again. The boulder turns into ice. Colton throws little bombs. The boulder explodes. Eric K. falls onto the ground then groans. You alright? Asked Colton. Yeah, Mr. Klein, said Eric. Going still. Eric, said Colton. Going still too. Both Colton and Eric R rise off of the ground. Eric K holding his hand up. Mr. Klein. Please, said Eric R. Why are you here and don't lie? Asked Eric K. My name's Eric Ryan. I need a team to help me. 4 people are gonna try to destroy Staten Island, said Eric R. Eric K lowers his hand. Both Colton and Eric R land onto the ground. Staten Island's under attack, asked Eric K. Yes, said Eric R. Is there a problem with that? Asked Colton. I got family that lives there. Haven't seen them in years. They think I'm dead, said Eric K. Well, maybe if you help us, you'll save your family, said Eric R. Yeah, I'm in. Sorry about the rocks, said Eric K. No problem, we're protecting yourself, said Colton wrapping his leg. Sorry, said Eric K. Well, let's find our last person, said Eric R. A bar appears. All 3 are walking into the bar. Who are we looking for? Asked Colton. Someone named and Quat. Ace, and Quat, said Eric R. Hey, did you say you're looking for Ace? Asked bartender number 1. Yeah, where is he? Asked Eric R. Bartender number 1 laughs. Over there, said bartender number 1 pointing. People appear surrounding a table cheering. All 3 are walking towards the table. Excuse me, said Eric K. All 3 get to the table. Hey Ace, we need to talk, said Eric R. Number 3 smiles. Why you smiling? Asked Colton. I'm not Ace, said number 3. The bartender? Said, and Quat. Ace was over here, and Quat, said Eric R. And he was right. I'm Ace, said Sarah Kindler, appearing. All 3 looking at Sarah. You're Ace? Asked Eric R. In the flesh, said Sarah. Odd name for a woman, said Colton. What's that fat boy? Asked Sarah. Watch it bitch, said Colton. What did you call me? Asked Sarah standing up. Both Colton and Sarah go still. Eric K holding up his hand. Thank you Eric. Ace. We need your help, said Eric R. Sorry, I don't do that kind of thing. There's a few hookers down the street, said Sarah. They'd probably satisfy us more than you, said Colton. You're lucky I can't move. Or I'd kick your ass, said Sarah. A bar hopper versus an assassin. You do the math, said Colton. You, an assassin. I've seen more moves from potatoes, said Sarah. Eric, let me go so I can kill her, said Colton. Let me go so he has a chance, said Sarah. Hag, said Colton. Dick, said Sarah. Whore, said Colton. Prick, said Sarah. All right, enough with the name calling. Children, Staten Island is under attack. And Mark Lewitt said, and Quat. You can help, and Quat, said Eric. Ah, hyena, now that's a man. Unlike others, said Sarah looking at Colton. Skank, said Colton. Sarah smiles. So, will you help us? Asked Eric. How about you fuck off, said Sarah. All right, Eric. Put her down. Then when she leaves, let Colton go, said Eric. Sarah raises her arms. Thank you. Bye you, said Sarah walking towards the entrance. An electrical ball breaks through the bar wall. People falling onto the floor, then coughing. Is everyone all right? Asked Eric. What the hell was that? Asked Colton. Guys, said Eric K. Electrical lizard appears. Time to die, said Brandon throwing an electrical ball. Eric throws snow. The electrical ball explodes. Colton swings his sword. Electrical lizard continuously moves, then grabs the sword. Give me my sword, said Colton. Don't you know this is an electrical current? Said Brandon. Electricity goes through the sword, then hits Colton. Colton falls onto the floor. Colton. An electrical ball forms. Electrical. Lizard goes still. The electrical ball falls. The floor explodes. Electrical lizard laying on the floor. Are you all right? Asked Eric. Colton groans. I'm good, said Colton. Nice work. Guys, destroying the bar, said Sarah. Blame him, said Eric, pointing at electrical lizard. Sarah looks through hole, then sees electrical lizard. Is that a lizard? Asked Sarah. Good eyes, said Colton. Listen here, you, said Sarah, being put into a chokehold. Richard appears. Sarah, said Eric. Don't move. If you want her alive, you won't follow us. But if you come, she's the first to die. Electrical lizard, said Richard. Electrical lizard jumps, then lands next to Richard. Ice forms underneath all three of them, then flies away. So, now what? Asked Colton. If we follow them, Sarah's dead, said Eric. Either way, she will be, said Eric. How we gonna stop them? Those two are strong. Adding two others, it's impossible, said Eric. We need a plan, said Eric. It looks like you need a hand, said Jay. Yeah, Jay, said Eric. You came back, said Colton. Someone gave me some good advice, said Jay. Thanks for coming. Jay, this is Eric, said Eric. Too. Eric's. What's your other name? Asked Jay. Abilities man, said Eric. Commando, said Jay. My name's Dark Skull, said Colton. Eric, what's yours? Asked Jay. Dr. Frost, said Eric. Staten Island appears. Sarah being tied up. Careful. It's tight, said Sarah. Quiet, said Richard. Well, what a piece of ass we got, said Russell. And you're not getting any, said Sarah. Oh, I like them feisty, said Russell, running his hand over Sarah's face. Sarah bites Russell's finger. How was that? Asked Sarah. How about a little spark? Asked Brandon, grabbing Sarah by her throat. Sarah groans. Enough. I want her alive. To watch the city being destroyed, said Russell. Electrical lizard lets go of Sarah's throat. You're so lucky, said Brandon. Wait until you see our prince turn into a king, said Richard. Sarah spits into Richard's face. Richard's fist transforms into ice. Spike. Captain Frozen. Walk away, said Dahi Jaquan. Fine. Prodigal son, said Richard, walking away. Thank you. You're not like them, said Sarah. I'm like no one. I could destroy the world in a half hour. Flood it, burn it, even split it in half. So you see, I'm not like anyone, said Dahi Jaquan. Then why'd you make him stop? Let him kill me. Because you're like me, said Sarah. Catastrophe. It's time. Sink Staten Island into the sea, said Russell. Dahi Jaquan touches the ground. The ground starts rumbling. A bazooka fires, then explodes. Dahi Jaquan falls onto the ground. Sorry to spoil your fun, said Eric. You bastards. Get them, said Russell. Both Electrical Lizard and Richard run towards the group. Both Eric and Richard collide. Electrical Lizard swings his arms. Both Colton and Jay moving, then kick Electrical Lizard. Electrical Lizard grabs Colton's leg, then throws him into Jay. Dahi, continue, said Russell. Eric running, then raises his hand. Russell goes flying into the factory wall. Dahi Jaquan puts his hand onto the ground again. The ground starts rumbling again. Gunfires. Electrical lizard hisses, grabs the gun, then throws it. Jay pulls out a knife. Electrical lizard hits Jay. Jay goes flying through the factory window, then groans. "It's raining men," said Sarah. Jay stands up, then starts cutting their rope. Eric R. falls. Richard flies towards Eric R. Eric R. moves, then throws snow. Richard falls onto the ground, then throws icicles. An ice shield forms. Richard kicks through the ice shield. Eric R. falls. Colton swings his sword. Electrical lizard moves, then hits Colton. The ground starts cracking. "Eric, the ground," said Colton. The water slowly pours through the concrete. "Stop him," said Eric R. Colton throws little bombs. The little bombs explode. Daehee Jaquan falls onto the ground, looks at Colton, then his eyes turn black. The ground underneath Colton collapses. Colton falls into the water. "Colton," said Eric K., being hit with a trident. "Kill them all," said Russell. Richard forms an ice spear, then throws it. Eric R. ducks. The ice spear goes through electrical lizard. Electrical lizard gasps, then collapses into the water. "Unquat, lizard, unquat," yelled Richard, raising his hands. Card hitting Richard. Richard looks at Sarah. Sarah holding cards. "Let's play oh hand," said Sarah, continuously throwing cards. Richard blocking cards, then forms icicles. "I hate card games," said Richard. "Jay, now," said Sarah, moving. Jay sprays a hose. Richard falls onto the ground. The hose turns off, all laughing. "You think that's funny?" asked Richard, forming ice. "Bad move, Dick," said Jay. Richard's arm turns into ice. "No," said Richard, transforms into an ice sculpture. "Daehee, keep going." Russell looks at Daehee Jaquan. Daehee Jaquan goes still. "Daehee," said Russell. "Sorry, he's pausing right now," said Eric K., holding up his hand. You think you won? I'll be back, and then you'll die. I will rule the world, and no one will stop me." "No one," said Russell. The sword goes through Russell's chest. Russell gasps, then falls onto the ground. "Shut up," said Colton. "You're alive," said Eric R. barely. "Thanks to your friend," said Colton. Mark appears. "Mark," said Eric R. "You did it. You proved yourself," said Mark. "So, am I part of the league?" asked Eric R. "No. You're part of a family," said Mark. Daehee Jaquan walks into a cell, then sits on a bench. "You can't keep me in here. I might destroy it," said Daehee Jaquan. "This is a place where villains can't use their powers. Try all you want. You won't escape this jail," said Eric R. "We'll see," said Daehee Jaquan. "I know someone who can help. If you want it," said Eric R. "Who?" asked Daehee Jaquan. "Her," said Eric R. Michaela Kishbaugh appears. "Who's she?" asked Daehee Jaquan. "I'm Death Star from the Justice Crew. I'm here to help," said Michaela. The end.